ASMR Coffin Radio.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffin Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob, and today we are talking about Keefe D finally being arrested for the murder of Tupac Shakur. How crazy is this, man? A murder that was, done in 1996 of one of the greatest rappers of all time, finally being solved in 2023. Almost 27 years later. How crazy is that? And I mean, it's no secret. It's like the most open known secret in Los Angeles, right? I mean, if you really are you don't even need to be plugged or tapped in at all. Like, Keefe D has been outspoken that he was a part of it. I mean, he made a plea with the Los Angeles police, and that's how he was able to get immunity, or what he thought was immunity, for all this time. Meanwhile, he's wrote a book on it. He's done multiple interviews on Vlad TV, Art of Dialogue, whoever was listening, talking about how he was there when his nephew, Orlando Anderson, Baby Lane, killed Tupac. If you don't know the story, Baby Lane, Orlando Anderson, he was tried to jump a death row guy. Oh, this is a week or two before the shooting, everything happened. He tries to jump a death row guy in the mall. When the death row guys with Tupac see him at the night of Mike Tyson's fight, they get into it. Tupac, death row, run up on Baby Lane, Orlando Anderson, beat him up in Vegas. But Orlando Anderson, a well-known Southside Crip, just like his uncle Keefe D, he's not going to take that standing down. So he runs, gets the crew going, and that's how later on that night, that's how they catch Tupac slipping, pull up on the side, and boom, 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 boom. Keefe D, he's told this story plenty of times when they said that when they go out looking for Tupac and death row and all those guys, can't find him. And they say pretty much when it's over, like, hey, we can't find him, whatever. Two girls roll up on the side, Tupac, Tupac! And boom, sure enough, Tupac's 2 cars up from these motherfuckers. That's how they roll up on the side and shoot him. And Keefe D has always said that he, passed the gun back to Orlando Anderson, his nephew, and Orlando's the one who leaned over and shot Tupac. But I think there's been talks about maybe the other guy who was in the back seat, Big Dre, he might have been the one to do it. So it's just crazy to think that Orlando Anderson had immunity for 27 years, and then all of a sudden this comes back. And I mean, he's getting charged with murder and, with a deadly firearm to furtherance of this gang, the Southside Crips. And even now, I mean, everyone involved is damn near dead except for Suge Knight. And he's saying that he's not going to testify, and, he's not going to say anything about it. But it's just crazy to think that, like, after all this time, how is it finally being solved? Originally, so the reason why people know that Keefe D was the one who did it, he actually admitted to it on tape, when he made an agreement with the Los Angeles Police Department in, like, late 90s, early 2000. I'm talking, like, 99 or, like, 2001, like, that close, right? And I guess, if it wasn't exactly how he said it went down, that counts as lying, and now they can bust you for it. Or if he just didn't have the immunity that he thought he had, I think that they might have said, hey, you're only allowed to say it right here, right now, in this fucking room. You say it anywhere else and it's game over. That's the only way I can think, because he didn't release this book until 2019, kind of detailing what is really happening. Saying it is one thing, but, printing it in black and white is something fucking totally else. But it's a different day and age for these kind of guys, These 90s gangsters, it's not that. It's 2023 now. These stories can only keep you going for so long before you reap what you sow. So it's just crazy to see, everything get toppled down. He said that, he's said in these interviews that killing Tupac was the worst thing that ever happened to him, You go down. He's, criminal empire, drugs, you got the cops running up on you. Now you're going to war with the death row guys. All that happens to you in the span of one day in 1996. Just absolutely incredible to see it take this long. And I think this has been like an openly known secret for a long time, but hopefully we can find out what happened to Biggie, because that's something I don't know. But crazy that this took this long. I can't wait to see what's going on. His mugshot is out there. We're gonna have to see if it goes to court. I mean, he's an old man, so we'll see. But let me know what you guys think, man. Is Keefe D gonna be found guilty? Are you glad that this is finally being solved? Did his nephew Orlando Anderson do it? Did this new fat guy that people know about, Big Dre, was he the one who did it? Let's talk about it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if you like what you're watching, then hop in the coffin. Follow us on social media at Coffin Radio. Coffin is spelled with a K. And that's all for today.
ASMR Coffin Radio.